bet you have heard about this new thing called Notion and how it's an all-in-one productivity program. But the problem is it's hella complicated. I'm going to try to learn Notion as much as I possibly can so you guys don't have to. This is going to be a lot of trial and error, and I'm probably going to make lots of mistakes, but I'm going to bring you along for this journey so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Enough of this chit chat. Let's get on to the desktop. I haven't done much exploring of Notion, but I have looked around a little bit. Let's see what Notion is all about. I know that you could use space for AI and the slash for commands. You can move around stuff and turn stuff into bullet list and turn page into stuff and a bunch of other little things here. We're gonna start off easy. So let's go with, you can add an icon, you can add a cover, you can add a comment. I'm not going to add a comment. Let's practice everything. Let's call this testing Notion. You can add emojis, icons that they have, and you can add your own custom icons or images by uploading a file. Let's do this one, Testing Notion. And then there's covers. You can have reposition, you can change covers, and they have their own little gallery. You can upload your own images. Of course, you can add a link, or there's Unsplash. We'll do this image. Now, what is next? We have our emoji, we got our cover. What else can you do in Notion? It looks like you can add a block or alt-click to add a block above. You can drag to move or click to open the menus, press space for AI and slash for commands. So let's look at what AI can do. Ask AI to write anything. You can ask AI to brainstorm ideas, a blog post, outline, social media post, press release, create a story. What else can it do? A poem, a to-do list, a meeting agenda, pros and cons list, job description, sales, email. Let's try brainstorm ideas on, so this is how it does it. Okay. So let's do a different one, because let's do brainstorm ideas on Notion video, right? The AI will be writing. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. It will make this whole entire thing. Wow, this is really cool. So I'm assuming it uses Chat GPI to do it? Blog post, outline, social media post, press release. Some of these I feel like will be simple. What a blog post? Write a blog post, okay. Outline, write an outline about, okay. I think it's write blank about this. I feel like these are pretty self-explanatory. I'm interested in what the to-do list is going to do and some of these other ones. Write a to-do list about creativity. Wow. This is really cool actually. I do want to check a few more other ones for this AI to see what else it is capable of. We have a sales email, recruiting email, job description, and pros and cons list, and meeting agenda. I'm interested in what these last four are. Write a meeting agenda about marketing, right? See what it will say. Marketing agenda. Our meeting agenda marketing. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss marketing strategies and initiatives for the coming quarter. Our goal is to increase brand awareness and drive sales. Topics to be discussed: social media campaigns, content marketing, and influencer marketing. I love this AI feature. And then we have the pros and cons list. I think that is actually self-explanatory. Job description, sales email, and recruiting email. Write a job description about retail management position. That is crazy that it can actually do this. You don't even have to think about your thing. You probably should write your own job description for what you need in your job, but it can help you have a start. That's really cool. And then sales email and recruiting email. Simple enough. Okay, so that's how the AI works. Let's get into some of these other blocks. We have the color of my text. We have Ask AI, shortcuts. We have columns, toggle heading, sync block, block equation, call out, quote, to-do list. These are what you can turn stuff into. Then you have synced databases. So let's go from the top. I don't need to explain text. This is just plain text, and you don't really need to always make a slash for that. Page. So embed a subpage inside this page. All right, we made a subpage. Let's call this subpage of experimentation. Now we have an embedded sim page inside the testing Notion page. But how would we get back. Mention a page and place in text, date or reminder. So mention a page is how you do it. You could do mention a page, or you can mention a person. Mention a person is if you're working together on a project. So I could just go like this, testing Notion, subpage of experimentation. Now that that is figured out, a to-do list. All right, well, what's the to-do list about? To-do list seems pretty self-explanatory. It's, well, a check mark to-do list. From my understanding with testing this a little bit off camera, there's better ways to do this. To-do list, right? And then we'll do to-do. Bam. Okay, that's a to-do list. Go through the blocks you can use. You get the idea. To-do list. Heading, heading 2, heading 3. I don't think I need to explain this. All right, now we're getting into some complicated stuff. Our table, bulleted list, numbered list. The bulleted list and number list, I don't think I need to explain. Wait on the table, because the table is going to be complicated, I think. Divider. Oh, link to page. So that's the other way to do this. Instead of using mention a page, you can also do link to a page, which does essentially the same thing. Good to know. It looks like I can't go back to the subpage. So I feel like mention a page is probably easier, better than link. Now, let's say we want to split this up. Let's say we wanted to split up the the quote and the to-do list. We have apparently a divider we can use. Makes a visual thing. It's very simple. Let's do the last thing on the basic blocks. We're in the basic category. Wow, the basic category is even complicated. So make writing stand out. All right, make writing stand out. This is, let's say it's a note. This video will be amazing and you should leave a like. Change this icon to thumbs up. And then you could always put this above this. That's very interesting that you can do that. Now the last one that I was avoiding is this table, because I feel like this table is going to be a little complicated. Looks like we go to the options. We have the header row. What else do we have here? All right, so let's say we have video, we have time, we have use. Header column, header row, and make that the header row. Interesting. Okay. Let's just make that the header row as an example. So let's say if I want to change the color to pink. Okay, so the color's way down here, default. We have the graph. We've gone through all of the basic ones. So let's actually change the to-do list here and go through the database. So far, this is definitely I'm definitely starting to get a gist of how to use this. We have image, which is pretty self-explanatory, but just to test it out so everybody understands, let's do image, embedded link, unsplash, add an image for the sake of it. I could also upload an image. Let's do YouTube, right? Keep it all simple here. Keep it all connected, interconnected together. Bam, you got an image. Yeah, put this image up here. Even though this is just testing, it looks actually pretty good. So how does this work? Well, I have no idea right now. Okay, so I have a link to my channel. I'm not sure if this will work, but let's see. Create a webmark. So it's not really a embedded type of thing. It's more just, oh, this is a thing. So let's go to the next media thing. We have an embedded video, which is more what I was thinking I was gonna do. I don't know why. And we'll just real quick put this in here. The good, the bad, and ethics of AI art. Sounds good. You can put this in, you can resize it. Really, really cool. And then you can make a comment, you can caption it, you can have more actions. The original is going to the video. Okay. Then what we have is audio. Well, this is to upload your own audio file. Or let's do an embedded link. I wasn't ready to be doing links, so I'm going to go to Spotify real quick because I got Spotify, not sponsored. I wish. What I decided to do, this is what the embedded audio looks like, at least from Spotify. Play it. I'm not going to. You could always put your own audio file in there too. This is a new song by NF. Fun fact, if you don't know, NF is one of my favorite artists, has been for a really long time. Check out the song if you haven't. It's definitely worth a listen. The next media we have is code, capture a code snippet, and file. I'm not going to do upload or embed with a link or file. Very self-explanatory from doing all the upload and embedding. But I'm interested in what the code is because I have done code before. Oh, you can actually legitimately put code in here. So you could change the language to literally almost any freaking language in here. Oh my goodness. Not even kidding. You have Arduino, you got assembly, bash, basic, C, C++, C sharp, HTML. You've got Python, you got everything. Some of these I haven't even heard of, but you have a lot of them. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't. Java, JavaScript, etc., etc., etc. You have all these. If you do code that actually works, will it actually export? So I'm gonna get some really simple code of hello world, which if you don't know, that's the first one you always usually do when you start out code. Not when you start out code, but when you're learning a programming language, they usually have you do. I also think this is a really cool feature. I've never seen something do this or have the ability to do this. It might just be notes for the code, honestly. As an example, this is the first program for Hello World. You can copy this if you don't know. If I do this slash run, no, it doesn't do it. All right, I don't know exactly. I don't think it can run the code. I think they're just mainly notes for code, but still, that's very, very, very cool for people that are trying to work together from like GitHub and stuff like that. And go through the inline. So next is the database blocks. I feel like the basic blocks and the media blocks are pretty self-explanatory, but I still wanted to try them out just so we could see what they do and figure out how to use them. But the database blocks and the advanced blocks is I feel like where it really gets complicated. The inline doesn't look like it is really complicated. Date or reminder, emoji, search for an emoji to place in text, inline equation, insert mathematical symbols in text. Okay, so insert equation. 2 is less than 4, right? Cool. Math. I think I did that right. So let's go to the last little bit of inlines. We got emoji and data reminder. So the data reminder, you can do remind and today. Remind tomorrow at 10 a.m. At tomorrow 10 a.m. And then it would, I assume, give me a bell. And once you click on it, you can always change it too. So let's just keep it there so we know that that's a thing you can do. If you want an emoji, just do slash emoji. So now we have gone through the inline blocks. Now let's go on to the two most complicated type of blocks in Notion. Embeds are pretty self-explanatory. We'll do databases first. We have the table view, the board view, the gallery view, the list view, the calendar view, timeline view, the database inline, the database full page, and the linked view of database. Add an existing database to this page, add a new database as a subpage. So let's go through this in order. Table view. Okay, link or create a new database. You can link it to a database. I'm not sure exactly how you do that, but let's do a new database. They have timeline, list, calendar, and gallery. And I'm going to add all of these in here. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. No, I guess I will. Once you get to a lot of them, just know that the way it does it is kind of weird. You can add these separately or you can add them all together like I just did. Let's see what others they have before I do all of that. You have database inline, a database full page, or a link view of a database. So database inline, it like separates it, I guess. The database inline, I'm not sure. The database linked view database. Oh, okay. So let's say I have a linked database and then I have view of database and I have untitled. So you can put that database on a separate page and you only have to make it on one page. Okay, that's cool. So let's actually do this. Let's make a new embed a subpage in this page, right? No. All right, database, table view, and I want untitled. The only thing is I think it's still interconnected here. Table is pretty self-explanatory. You can make a table by itself, or you can make a table on one of like these databases like it's doing here. Database table, because I'm not very creative right now. You can add the name, the tags, and you can also rename these. You could name it. You could do a date. You have all these other ones. A phone, a formula, a relation, created time, a created by, a last edited time by, a last edited by, a roll-up. Now, I don't know what a roll-up is in this case. I know a roll-up is a pretty tasty treat. You could have a date, a person, a status. So you could have, oh, my video's not done. Or you could have, my project is in progress. You can have your phone, your email, your URL to your website, a number. I don't know why they have number as a separate thing when you could just do text, but to their own. You can also edit this property and add more. So you could have editing and you could change this color to blue as an example, or red or pink or whatever. You could do filming because I'm filming right now. Orange. Oh, I'm filming. What's the name of this video? Notion. AI experimentation, right? I want to upload this video at a certain time, or need to finish this freelance project by the March 16th. This is the end date. I am going on a trip. This is my end date is here, right? Go to here. Something like that. The roll up. Now, what the heck is this roll up? Still don't know. You can add all those types of things. Database table with empty tags part will go here. This group cannot be removed, so I can add one. Oh, okay. So this is like I'm editing, right? Probably you wouldn't need the status and the tags, but either way, you could do both. And then you could have a database here. Ideas. There. Bam. This isn't the thing. It's not an idea. If you wanted it to be an idea, you can do that. Go over here, it's an idea. It's not, so we're gonna put it back into filming. Great. Timeline. This is to figure out like what's your days like, and I assume you can make this bigger somehow, or you could zoom into it. Don't really like the calendar layout or the timeline layout. I assume it's supposed to be for each time and day, but I like the calendar because you can have calendar and pretty much be like, oh, okay, need to be published by there, calendar, right, this needs to be published by there, the 3rd, okay, 10th. If I do idea here, I want to see if it links with the other. So these link with each other very well. You can have them all into their respected areas. So that's really cool. If you just wanted to look at the list of ideas, you could. I don't see why you would need this. So this is really cool. I think I've figured this out. If I was a person using this, I would probably use a combination of the table, the board. I wouldn't use the timeline, maybe the calendar, maybe the list if used right, but they're by tags. So you can filter it out. The gallery, I don't see really useful. Back to this main page, right? We have all of this figured out. We have the inline, we got the data, I think we have the databases. Have we done all the databases now? Not full page, maybe. Full page is not much difference. It just is, well, a full page of a database. So, I mean, if you want it bigger, that's how you do that. It's not much different than just doing a normal database. Okay, so now we have the last thing, which is advanced blocks, which I don't think a lot of people use except a few. We have like toggle heading, sync block, and maybe a few others. So maybe you guys will use them. We'll see. I don't think I would ever use table of contents in here. Let's look at table of contents first though. Table of contents. So add spacings or add headings to create table of contents. I feel like table of contents you can just make your own by using a heading, text, heading, text, heading, text, heading, text. I think that's what they're trying to say. Oh my goodness. Add a text equation. All right, well, you can make your own complicated equation. Y equals 2x. Bam. Math. Unless you're in a math class, I'm not sure if you're going to use that one. Template button. Duplicate blocks with a click. Shows the current page location. Okay, what's this template button do? Add a new to-do configure template button. Okay, so let's drag, let's say, a hello world in here. And I want this in here. And I want the equations. And I want to call this test template button equation time. Simple, huh? Template button I don't know if you can make multiple here. Okay. So the template button is a very interesting thing and can be useful definitely later once you start understanding how it's useful. You could drag this stuff in or drag, I don't even know, like drag databases in. I want to test something. If I do template, right? Template button, and I drag this into here and I get rid of this and I call this database. So I can move this to other things, but it's very interesting, I will say the least. Copy and sync. Sync content. Do I have to drag this in here? Oh, okay. So now if I go to subpage, no, these are subpages, right? And it's saying, I think that's the thing, is we'd have to make a new page in order for it to work. Toggle heading. If you just do toggle for toggle list, I think this is a very useful thing because you could do the to-do list and have it toggleable, you know, slash to-do list, right? And have it toggleable, and bam, the to-do list is hide. You can keep everything kind of hidden, which is really nice. We're not focused on that. We are focusing on the last thing. Columns. Create 2 columns of blocks. Oh, that is interesting, I will say. So I could do to-do list as an example. I could do a table as an example. That is interesting. Does it stay like that though? It doesn't. Wow, okay. Now that is useful. That is actually really useful. So you can, if I do like 3, 5, you could change the column. So let's like make this 2 columns, right? And let's drag this to the first column and drag this to the second column. So let's do the graph. All right, you have to experiment with it, but I can see how the 2 columns could be useful. Last few things we have is code mermaid, create a diagram by writing code, generate a summary for the current page, action items, and custom AI block. Embed, you can embed anything. Let's look at code mermaid. Is this really a needed thing though? Mermaid diagram, Batman. What? Could be useful in special cases. So we have a few more things. Generate a summary for the current page. Summarize this page with AI. Okay, summarize this page. This document is a test of Notion, a productivity and organization tool. It includes links to other pages, a quote, an image, and a to-do list. Additionally, it features embedded media and a table. Wow, simple enough. Action items. Find action items on this page with AI. Finish testing. Huh. Ask AI to edit. What else can do? Fix spelling and grammar, improve writing, translate, summarize, essay, recruiting email. Goodness gracious, a lot of things. Tell the AI what to write. Custom AI block. Generate content from any instruction. I don't know. How do I test this to the fullest extent? Make a graph that shows money, statements, investments, return on investments, percent of profitability company goals. Okay, let's see what it creates. I'm sorry, but the instruction you provide cannot be completed with the given document. The document is not related to the topic by money statements. Okay. Generated by AI just now. Ask it AI to write. How about I tell the AI to write what is the video that is embedded on the page about. The video that is embedded on the page is not specified. There are 2 links to different videos, one to a YouTube channel and another to a YouTube video. The contents of the videos are not mentioned. I feel like the last little AI feature summarize is useful, but the custom AI block, generate content from any instruction, is kind of faulty. Generate an instruction like, all right, make a embedded Spotify link of NF's Clouds, NF song Clouds. I don't know if we'll be able to do this. Not what I was thinking. It did a Spotify link, but it didn't do the right song. It did Bodum, however you say Bodum. Summary AI is not the best, but the other AI features I think are amazing. Overall, this is what I found out about this. I've tested through all of the features that Notion has. Hopefully this was interesting enough for everybody and you learned something new. I definitely did. I definitely have a better understanding of Notion now. If you want me to make a video about how I personally would use Notion to make a page or make my own little setup, comment down below and I will make a video on that. Leave a like for more videos such as these ones, or travel, photography, creativity, and art-based videos. I also make videos on fitness, health, and travel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.